Mr. Doodle and his amazing house. Welcome to Mark and Pete. Here's a thought.
If you're someone who noodles doodles and can create a great illusion, then lots of oodles and canny caboodles will draw their own conclusion. Yes, Mr. Doodle has finally achieved his goal, which is to have an entire house with his own little doodles. Yes, the artist from Kent has achieved his childhood dream to live in a house full of his own little doodles. Now, Sam Cox, as he is in his real name, better known as Mr. Doodles, covered his entire house, every inch, from his bedding to his microwave, to the front door, to the ceiling, to the floor. Yes, with his doodling art. Now, of course, Mr. Doodle hasn't just done this for a publicity stunt. He has actually seen this as a showcase for his work. He is very popular, it seems. He sells his works for many, many hundreds of thousands of US dollars. I ask you, the clergyman Pete, when you start to study some of his works, would you like to live in a house with your artwork?
It's a fascinating idea, isn't it? I like to doodle, and from an early age at school, I used to doodle all the way around the edge, including as I got older in public exams. I would doodle around the edge of the paper in the back of
hopefully your own, not everybody else's.
Not anybody else's, and not on the walls of my home. So I don't know that I would. I mean, not that I love my own art, my own doodles at work, otherwise I wouldn't do them, but they're more for my interest as I'm doing them. You see, doodles are fun to do, but are they really that great to look at? I don't think I would want to decorate the house with them. It seems a little bit strange. Now, this man with his doodle covered mansion, though, I like his commitment. I mean,
yes, that's true.
Yes. What I'm saying is, if you've got an interest like that, you like to have basically permanently expressed doodles, right? Then covering your whole house in it, he's really going for it, and I think he is to be commended for that. It's basically his whole house is a work of art.
Well, it is, and that's the whole point. It's a publicity stunt, admittedly, but at the same time, it's a great showcase for what he does. I will say it's very distinctive. It might be for those who are probably scouring the internet to try and get a sense of what his artwork is just be clear that it could be quite sort of confusing on the eye if you see so much of it. I mean, to be in the house where literally every single surface is covered. For example, even his breakfast table, where he has a little doodle flakes drawing, people say even on his actual work surface, he has and eats pot doodle. Yes, folks, well done. But all of these things make light of a world that, of course, is somewhat sinister. And I quite like it. And I agree with Clergyman Pete in the sense that from a commercial point of view, yes, I'm coming from the business side, he's done very well here. What I do think is that we've seen other artists who have tried this with more serious measures. So Banksy, for example, accepting that we don't know who he is. Mr. Doodle, we do know what he looks like. But more importantly is that there is a much more political genre there, whereas Mr. Doodle is just trying to bring a bit of fun to our lives. And I quite like that. Now, he also does videos of him drawing. If you actually do choose to look him up, you can actually see where he bought this mansion. And what I like about it as well, it was completely, literally a white canvas. The whole house was painted white, but not anymore. He literally has videoed himself doing all his doodles in real time. What I'm impressed by is that I don't think he made many changes. He literally did them as he did the drawings instinctively, which I think is quite clever. So I think he's a great idea, and I think what folks, we're not trying to overpush his credibilities, but I do believe you can buy even some of his artworks on merchandising, even to things such as mugs and cups and saucers. So, Clergyman Pete, do you like the idea of having your pot doodle on a little doodly doo?
Well, yeah, as I say, I like doodles, and I suppose by extension, cartoonists of all sorts. I like them when they're using humor to be satirical or just to be silly, which he seems to be doing. So I do like this approach. I like fun ways of expressing yourself, and if it's making money as well, actually, I'm very much for that. As a Christian, I do believe that, and this may be controversial. It shouldn't be, that Jesus was a capitalist, and I think he was very much in favour of personal property rights. And the Bible clearly says that a worker is worth his wages, and it has this idea of making money, of investment, of owning your own land to produce fruits from it. Is part of the way of thinking. So I think I wouldn't personally do what he did, but that's a good thing, isn't it? It's good that we're not all the same. And knowing the state of my doodles, maybe it's better for the world as well.
Well, that's true. Although I will give him admiration. I do like the idea of a doodle tie, and I like his doodle suit. But here was the thing, Clergyman Pete. Maybe we should ask our lovely listeners to draw their own conclusions. What do you think?
Yes. Not only draw your own conclusions, send us a drawing.
Yes.
Love to see how good your doodling is. But that's all from Mark and Pete for this week. Toodaloo, or do I mean doodaloo? Bye for now.